Welcome to Deep Thought. Many are living secondhand lives. Many are living, I know I've talked about this before because this has been a theme I've seen for a few decades. But many people out here are living secondhand lives. What do I mean by secondhand? They're not really living, they living of course, but they're not really living their own lives. They busy following different celebrities or other people and almost living through them. That's why they're so concerned about what they're doing, what these celebrities are doing, but not what they're doing in their own lives. Because their lives are quite frankly ordinary. And that's not, and the thing is, it's not forced to be ordinary. People really make a choice to do that. Because quite frankly, nobody is forced to do anything. People might think they are, and of course you have forces in society that try to convince you to do certain things, but you can make a choice to live. But a lot of people don't. They go to work, come back, if they're lucky, they might have sex occasionally. And I do mean lucky, that's another conversation. But, they're not really doing anything, so what do? They get into the gossips and everything. What's going on with the celebrity. You see that happening on social media. You get certain, you get a content creator that blows up or something. Everybody worried about him or her's life and what they're doing. Not their message, but what they're doing. They want to know what they're doing personally, I do a lot of stuff, mainly male dating advice. Well, not dating advice, more like sex advice. And, I do some stuff for the ladies, but yet you'll get somebody more worried about my life instead of worrying about, well, how can I apply this information? And and indeed, whether it's on social media or whether it's in the mainstream media or the main media, people so caught up into what other people are doing. I mean, you have a whole industry. When you in a grocery store or something, you checking out, you got all the gossip magazines. And what are these people wearing? Who they having sex with? What are their views on certain things? And I'm just like, who cares? I don't be picking up those things because, I'm going to speak for myself. My thing was, I'm like, I don't want to watch somebody else live. I don't want to watch somebody else live. I want to live myself. And honestly, it wasn't even about trying to become some star or something like that. I was just like, I want to do my own thing. Okay, they doing their thing, cool. But I want to do my own thing. Worrying about who this other celebrity or something having sex with don't do anything for me. That woman ain't in my bed he's dealing with. Or if that woman is some woman I might think of as attractive, some celebrity or something, she ain't in my bed. She ain't dealing with me. I ain't worried about her at that point. I'm like, hey, do your thing, girl. I got to work on my books. I got to work on my videos. Well, mainly books. I'm mainly a writer. People don't realize that. But that's me. That's me. Because even I'll use the example of porn. I've never got into it. Because I'm like, why do I want to watch somebody else having sex? And I'm up here, bouncing off the walls and stuff. I got to go find somebody to have sex with. If I'm going to watch a porn, sit through a porn. Well, I did sit through one porn, but that's another story. It was actually a good story. It was called The Devil and Mrs. Jones. Yeah, that was actually a good story. The sex was actually a distraction in the story. It was so good. But anyway, my thing is I'm going to do it for myself. But, too many people are like that. You have too many people. I guess you could call it a herd or something. They're not really doing anything. And I'm going to tell you what, that's a big reason why so many can be controlled. They're looking outside of themselves for excitement, for enjoyment. They following that other person, which is why, sometimes a lot of times when these celebrities or spokespeople, influencers do something to get in trouble, so many people get so upset. But I believed it. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. That person's human. Indeed, when you following people outside of yourself, you living a secondhand life. Especially with a lot of celebrities, there's a lot of stuff out there that is really. There's a lot of stuff out there that is really manufactured. Without saying how, I know. Like a lot of these celebrities you think are one way, they really something else. I mean, there's been some stuff with some celebrities, and there's more to the story. Trust me, a lot of so-called scandals, there's more to the story. There's one in particular I could really talk about, but I avoid doing so. And people would know it if I called the names, but I'm like, whatever they did in public, like I'll just say it was a couple, they had an issue, they did something in public to look like they were solving the issue, and I was like, it was some bullshit. And I knew this from, I know people who know people, let's leave it at that. But people were getting all into it because they live in a secondhand life. And people got to stop that. People got to say, well, what am I doing? Not what this next person is doing. What am I doing? What is my dream? What is the thing that I'm trying to get accomplished? I mean, that's cool. Somebody else doing something. Okay, fine. I'm going to do it. When I write my books, and I got to write another fiction book. That's still my main thing. That's the thing that gives me the most joy. I ain't worried about somebody else on the bestseller list or something like that. I'm like, hey, more power to them. Here's my book. And I'm not competing with them. I'm just living my life. Because, well, one thing with me personally, I've never been a follower. At best, I might listen to someone, but then I still follow my own path. When I say listen, they got some ideas. Okay, let me sort them out, see what I want to deal with. But, nah, not the following. And the thing I would say, people need to live their own lives. People need to get out here and do something that they can say is them. They're not doing it because their favorite celebrity is doing it, and they're not doing it because someone told them to, or they're not doing it just to be cool. They're doing it because it brings joy to them. They live in their lives. I want y'all to think about that, all right? And I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.